And there's the lovely couple. Like I said, they do their own thing. Happy Sunday, everyone. How you all doing today? So it's a little windy, but nothing like what's coming, huh? The water's not too, still kind of calm. Just ripples from the wind. Calm before the storm kind of thing, so to speak. Although when it's really like glass, they're the ones you really want to worry about. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Get a few minutes out in nature. You might all be bitching tomorrow about it. And be safe if you're in line of these storms. Well, it's chilly when you're out in it for a few minutes, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. Yesterday I had to drive about an hour from here. And yeah, it was windy. But you know what? Every time I have to drive a long distance, I either run into really windy conditions or rain. Every time, without fail, without doubt. But it was, a little bit of a challenge staying in between the lines, so to speak. Not fun passing tractor trailers yesterday, I'll tell you that. Not when it's windy like that. But anyway, I hope you're all enjoying your Sunday. And I hope you all stay safe with whatever's going to hit tomorrow. And, the center of the country already been getting whipped with it. And please don't make light of it, folks. Because them straight line winds and the Drencios do more damage than hurricane winds. I've lived through it. So if you're in an area where you're like, that's never going to happen, that doesn't happen here, please don't do that. Don't do that, because never say never. You just don't know. That's why you always need to be prepared, right? I'll give you a good example. I was a realtor for many years here on the island, and we had this older gentleman who used to put signs on the properties, right? If it was the sign like that you had to make the holes and stuff, and he would say it all the time, get yourself a generator. You better get yourself a generator. And I'd say, oh my God, there's so much money. I just don't want to invest in that for a what if, I'm not ready. And we all have free will, right? But the advice comes to you. What you do with it at the end of the day is yours. And I lived through 2 hurricanes. And I'm going to tell you, after Hurricane Sandy, I was not coming back to this island without a generator. My sister-in-law drove me all over until we found a generator so that I can come home with it. Okay? The world's a-changing. The weather's a-changing. And we just always need to be prepared for what if, because you just don't know anymore. Right? So get ready, be ready. Pray. We get ready for the worst and we pray for the best, right? Anyway, let's talk about some energies. Today's a one day, right? Been telling you this. We've had quite a few ones coming up recently. The architect, you create things, right? You create. It's that competitive. It's get out there and go. Put the action behind things. And it's also a 6th day, which is family and material world and different things like that. Okay? So, let me see what else I got for you. I'll tell you right now, the sky looks like 2 different worlds. Up by the beach, it's blue and beautiful. And down by the bay, it's like really gray and stuff. Anyway, Joy of My Life, Chris Stapleton. That's for somebody. Listen to it. Pay attention to the words. While that was playing 2:04 on the clock. Intangible Treasures. Keep your values close to you. Like with whatever you do, whether it's a romantic relationship, a business relationship, any kind of endeavors, make sure it syncs with what your values are and everybody's on the same page, okay? Make sure you have the same values in anything you do, okay? Georgia, something about Georgia or the South and Southern. Maybe people are moving. I know a lot of people are looking to move down south, move to warmer climates and different things like that. So that could be for whoever. 8688. Influx of financial abundance, opportunities for growth, and the need to balance material pursuits with emotional stability and vulnerability. It encourages you to trust the journey. Trust the journey of life. Trust that your spirit guides and your guardian angels and whatever your higher power is guiding you. They're guiding you, right? Never enough. Eminem, feet 50 cents. 244 on the clock. Be an angel. Be the giver. Give back, right? Basically, I'm going to give you a little bit of that song, but I encourage you to listen to the words of it. But he, Eminem states in there about how he grew up. And, he's grateful for that. Why shouldn't he be at the end of the day? He thanks God for his gift, right? Because at the end of the day, even though he had such a rough life and upbringing, he used his talent of rapping and putting lyrics together and brought his pain to the world. And that in of itself is a message. You know what I mean? It's not easy to carry those kinds of messages because you had to live it. You lived it, right? But God gifted him with such a talent so he can bring it to the rest of us. Do you know what I mean? So, through his pain, God blessed him. And look at what it made him today, right? And what he's worth and different things like that. So, remember, even in the hard times, you have to be grateful for it because they're your learning. That's growth. That's your learning process, right? Like now, we're coming into spring, right? Everything dies over the winter, right? We had a death, right? People pass away and they leave our lives and different things. Now we're into the spring. Spring brings the new. It brings birth, right? All the animals, the goats, all the homesteaders, their goats are having babies now, and the animals are reproducing, right? Bringing new life. My family, we had recently had 2 losses, 2 family icons. But yesterday, what did we celebrate? The new family, the birth, the new baby that's going to be coming. So, yes, we lose, but look what now we're gaining, right? And now in that solemn and everything, it's that bittersweet thing because you want those folks to be here to also enjoy in this, but they are, right? They're there in spirit around you. They're there celebrating it. You pay attention to these new births because, maybe this baby, start acting or talking like somebody or maybe make a statement and different things. They've already met, right? And they'll send you messages. So pay attention to the children in your life and the things around you, right? They're always guiding us. I told you before, like, you may not even realize that you're doing it or that they're doing it. You're going about your day. All of a sudden you hear a song on the radio and it reminds you of somebody, right? Or it's their favorite song or whatever, and they're not here. What were you thinking about? Did they cross your mind and you didn't even realize it? And now the song's coming to you to say, I'm here. It's good. I'm still around you, right? Or an answer to your question that you might have asked in your mind, not even realizing it, and they're listening because that's how they that's how they communicate, okay? So, if you pay attention and you're doing the proper things, other things in life, and you're open to it, you'll start to see it more and more, okay? So I hope that brings somebody out there needed that message, some comfort in different things in life, right? Because maybe you're going through something and now you have an opportunity to share your experience and bring it back, and it's going to help someone else at the end of the day, okay? That's our greatest goal, help each other. All right, anyway, gang, enjoy your Sunday. Be safe. Please be safe. Be kind. Don't forget to smile. And like I said, take these weather things with this wind serious, okay? Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.